have been well trained.
No.
You don't have to carry a sword to be powerful.
I won't fail you.
Or do not.
I'm not afraid.
There is no try.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the top four. Top four is happening right now. It's same decks we saw in the last match. We have Joe on the right from the Hyperloops, and we have another Joe on the left playing the Tarkin 7th Sister deck.
I do that myself. I want to read the article, but I don't want to read the article. So I will read it after this. And I'll see what you guys chose.
So,
See, there's no combo. So, like, there's lots of choices. So, like, the thing is...
Joe B, who is now facing Joe C, was 4th seed going into the top 8. So, be interesting to see how, if he plays this deck any different than Brian did, if his rolls are any better, and how this game plays out. So we'll start the round talk as soon as we get confirmation that the gameplay has begun. Again, best of 3, 90-minute rounds, and we will get this going. All right, we're waiting for the other game to finish their mulligan, so it's as fair as possible. We will not start the round clock until both sets of games are ready to play their first card.
That's why I don't like it. I'd rather have anywhere because you can, like... You guys good to go? Yep. Oh, yeah. Okay, start time now.
And the round clock has begun. Play has begun with the top 4. We'll put the round clock here at the top of the screen.
I just roll it in with it. He must have other words in the deck.
These actions from Honestly Sarcastic are very typical of what we've seen him play this deck so far. Getting that Saber out early, holding on to some key cards in his hand early on. Joe B is looking at 7th Sister, which is now spiffing a 4-speed, and Tarkin, which is now looking at a Sith Holocron. So 7th Sister already rolled in. Not quite what he was hoping for. He did get the special on the 4-speed, but we do have the focus on the ID9 resource and a Disrupt. Gonna roll in the Nightstister here with the resources, and double blanks for Tarkin as well as a focus. So easy 4 indirect damage can fire off here with those 2 blanks, and we also have the potential to remove those 2 focuses, although that seems less likely. Not quite the use of the power action that would be the wisest choice. Joe has chosen the pass this turn. Over to Joe. Joe and Joe. Honestly Sarcastic. and Joe. Joe B and Joe C. Tarkin and Ciena. Choosing to use the focus instead to get the Sith Holocron to show a special. Getting that Force Lightning out. Removing the blank and rolling again into yet another special. Good use of the Force speed to get all those actions chained together and to take everything into at least a little bit of a good place. At least we got that die off the field. Those options for OTK. All right, taking another damage, removing the ID9 off the field. Tarkin's going to take 2 damage from the sisters' melee sides. And this Tarkin is going to discard 2 cards, leadership and lightsaber pull. So 2 cards that I know he was holding on to for those key plays, but now they're gone, and we know there's additional copies of them, so this game may not go as quickly as the last one, but all it takes is one set of cards for Joe C to get his hand in the right place for this match to really turn into his favor to ensure a win. Holocron coming down towards the end here. Joe with no cards in hand. We're getting the resource. And we know that Joe C is always looking for those early resources to make sure he can play Rise Again when he so chooses, as he has in his hand right now. We also have also be able to pay for the Maul Saber, which is a great utility for Ciena being in his deck aside from the use of leadership, which may be in his hand right now. Nope. Just kidding. The best defense is sitting in his hand. And Force Illusion. Tarkin now playing Chance Cube on the field. Great for resource generation, also great for those blanks. Tarkin can now choose, if he chooses to remove those blanks and get some indirect damage. Also showing the special on Force speed, so lots can happen here in the next moment for Joe. B. Too many Joes. There's 3 Joes in the top 4. 3 Joes and a mic. Sounds like a sitcom. All right, taking 2 actions. First action is going to be to focus to the 2 discard side, and then that gets rid of the rest of Joe's hand. So he is now lacking options, and his only choice is to roll, re-roll, and use Nightstister's ability to control his dice. Joe B not wanting for resources, now holding on to 7 resources. He can pay for pretty much anything he so chooses. Joe C also rolling into a well-timed Scorched Earth play there. Choosing to use Force Illusion to discard the 7 from Scorched Earth is will definitely keep Seventh Sister alive much longer. It'll be interesting to see how quickly he goes through his deck at this point. And it could be possible that this could be could go to a card count instead of damage. All right, rolling in Seventh Sister. I'm assuming that was a tactical mastery play. So I cannot see the top of the discard pile at the moment. So rolled in Seventh Sister, resolve the 4 speed. 2 actions. The first action being to roll in Tarkin. Don't forget Chance Cube. And discarding 3 cards from Joe's hand. It seems the versatility of the Tarkin Seventh Sister deck is making a showing here in terms of being able to not only control the hand but also deal out a fair amount of damage. Choosing for the hand control a little bit more in this particular game. Now that we know that Joe's deck has been thinned out quite a bit from the 7 with the Force Illusion. He's going ahead and using Rise Again to heal everything off of Seventh Sister, and then is going to play an upgrade from his discard pile for free. Which options may be limited, and looks like it's just going to be the ID9 Seeker Droid. Lightsaber throw. Joe's going to get Boundless Ambition here. Does not look like there's much left in Joe's deck. So this is going to have to be a pretty key play. I think Joe realizes that there is definitely a leadership left in his deck somewhere. I don't know if he pulled it or not. There's one leadership. Oh no, both leaderships are in the discard pile. There's another Rise Again in Joe's hand. All right, Joe's decided to use the Nightstister's ability to reroll one of the Seven Sister die, and it potentially backfired. Rolling into some good damage there, doing the 5 damage to Seven Sister. That may have been the best out for him, but always a risky one with the Nightstister's ability. Odds were in his favor, of course, but... Joe choosing to discard to re-roll here. He rolled well on the Maul Saber with a 4 modify, and then with the 1 Secret Droid out there, we got 5. Melee damage showing on the table, but Joe, of course, has the Ancient that he can utilize. He is looking at a lightsaber pull in his hand as well. So he can get the Ancient back in play. If he had the resources, it does not appear Joe has too many resources at the moment. So he goes ahead and takes the 5 damage on Seventh Sister. Go ahead and resolve the shield and Tarkin and try to keep him alive a little bit longer. Which doesn't seem to be a problem at the moment. Ciena rolling into a single range damage. Power action for 4 indirect damage on Tarkin. Of course, putting all the indirect damage on Ciena. Without leadership, Ciena's utility has gotten thin, and there's a potential for Price of Failure, which has much better utility on Nightstister. And we'll probably see Joe start to throw some damage on Nightstister to reroll some of those Seventh Sister die to try and get some usefulness out of Maul Saber. Hmm. There are no more options on Joe B's side of the table at the moment. All dice have been rolled in and exhausted. Joe C looks like he's getting ready to play a card. His options are limited only due to the fact that his deck is so thin at this moment. With that early play of using Force Illusion to block 7 damage that was coming to Seventh Sister via Scorched Earth. Scorched Earth being a great card against a Seventh Sister style deck, which seems to have a lot of dice in the field and leaves them in the field for quite some time. Pulling off 2 damage on eTarkin. Joe's going to take another resource. He can't pass up those resources in this particular deck. Take the 1 damage to Tarkin there. And we'll see if Joe B decides to claim or not.
Taunting me. Pass.
All right. All right. Kind of forcing Joe into claiming. Although he could have double passed if he so choose, but one claim action. Joe C has pulled his entire deck, so everything left is in his hand. He does have a price of failure, so if he can get that play off this round, he can get several, up to 3 Secret Droids in his pool, which could potentially be enough damage in one swing with the Ancient Saber. Healing Seventh Sister. Seventh Sister lives to fight another day. Of course, Joe knows without Seventh Sister, it would be a huge struggle to win this game. So I would not be surprised if we see Price of Failure. I don't think he has enough cash for Rise Again at this moment, so we'll most likely see Price of Failure played pretty quickly. However, if Tarkin is able to pull off some indirect damage, Feel Your Anger got rid of the ID9 that will now not be able to be rolled back in. So that kind of slows down Mike C's plan in this particular game. And as expected, Price of Failure comes in pretty early here, readying Seventh Sister, getting rid of the Nightstister, and now we'll roll in Tarkin. And if he can pull off 2 indirect damage, or 4 indirect damage, which it seems like he now can, he needs more than 4. He needs 2 on Ciena and 3 on the Seventh Sister. So 4 won't quite cut it, but it'll be pretty close. Let's see if he controls this. I'm sure Joe's thinking pretty hard on if there is an out for him to win this particular game. Considering all his options, only 4 cards left in his hand. Otherwise, he will be milled out. And he's trying to figure out how much damage he can roll in. Can he roll in enough to kill Tarkin? If he does that, then he stands a fighting chance against Seventh Sister by herself. But he would have to, at this point, discard to re-roll, having lost any particular sense of control. So he is going to. Is he going to? Nope. Do it. Do it. Yeah. He's very much considering to discard to reroll. Feels like that is the choice he is making. Discarding a lightsaber pool, which there's no deck to pull from, so no need for that card. Discarding to reroll. It's a great modified sign, but nothing to resolve it with. So we are going to Sith Holocron, a Force Illusion in here. We'll do the 1. Yep, removing the Seventh Sister die with the Force Lightning special, rolling it back in. Lost a chance for Tarkin's power action there, but there's still a whole nother character to roll in. There's still chances that can happen. Two indirect damage. Ciena's only got 1 left on her. Seventh Sister, we are now paying for a Rise Again. So Seventh Sister's going to fight another day and going to put Ancient Saber back on her, which will allow her to heal some more. Now that this has happened, when he rolls back in, he will have that Ancient Saber to roll in, which will give him the potential for another +3, or at least a single. Wasn't enough. Right. It's a very tense game between the two. Joe has breathed some more life into his Seventh Sister yet. Let's see. We got 199. Yep, 99 has to go. So he'll keep that Maul Saber out at the +4 because that is something he's likely to roll into at least one Black Stick side. Interestingly enough, we haven't rolled in Seventh Sister on Joe B's side, but Joe is, making sure he's rolling in the right die, and many blanks. He got the 5 damage that he would need to kill Tarkin. But the rest of those die is not what he would like to see. Two damage to Tarkin. Tarkin's sitting at 11 health, so 7 damage, so 4 left to kill him off. Maul's Saber comes. And overconfidence.
Really? What are the odds?
A +3 and a blank on blank on that. So there goes the ID9s. The ID9 advantage has been lost, and now the ID9X is only worth 1 if that ID9 rolls into something that's not a blank. Discard to reroll. Hoping to get something here. Gets Seventh Sister rolls in to some moderate damage. We roll into a 4-speed special, which is great. I can pull off the 6 damage in one swing. With the shield on Seventh Sister, that would leave her with 1 health left to go. I'm going to go ahead and doubt the 2 melee. Rolls back into a 2 melee, and well, there you go.
No, I doubted it the other time you hit the 2, and then hit me for the 5. Oh, I didn't doubt it. I meant to. 2 actually. Shield is good. Oh no, hit the thing. Yep. 3.
So Joby takes the 2 actions for the 4-speed special, does the 3 damage, and then does 1 shield to keep Tarkin alive just a little longer. Discarding the 1 card in hand. Did the 1 melee damage to Seventh Sister, bringing her up to 9 with 1 damage left until she has perished. Joe is saying no cards in hand, but I'm sure before the round is over he will Ancient Saber Seventh Sister to heal 2 damage, and that'll allow him to draw a card, preventing him from losing to a mill loss. A nice advantage of having the Ancient Saber out on the table. Allows him to survive 1 more round. And as long as he gets those 2 resources out, he can continue to do that little trick to prevent the mill loss.
Heal for 2. He's gonna do something.
Vibra Knife coming down, just what he may need to chew through Seventh Sister in 1 swing here. Modified, and there's 4 damage that can go straight through shields. That would be a fatal blow, unless Joe can. Nope, that is a good game for Joe B. Honestly sarcastic. Takes a loss on the first game of best of 3. This first match lasted a little over 31 minutes. So again, this is a best of 3, and they will reset and play again and see who takes the victory here.
Oh no, killing's real hard. That was the first time he died all day. That was the first time he died all day. Wow. Really? Yeah. No one's killed it. There was choice lines that I took that should not be done in this match. I'm supposed to be villain deck. I'm supposed to be hero. I'm supposed to have doubt. does the same thing. We're gonna go with pick one. Crap. And rage. Okay. I think you already got this game. Crap. This is so bad. I'm in trouble. Chansky.
All right, just so Joe C has gotten Maul Saber out early on here. Going ahead and activating Ciena, which means likely no leadership in his hand at the moment. He also knows that Joe B is looking at getting these cards out of his hand quickly, so that's really crippling to his strategy. And all right, 4 speed, 2 actions, 2 melee damage, and then the 4 indirect with Tarkin's power action. Power action has been used for the turn. It's been indicated with that fun token there, which is great. Joe C choosing to come in with the 5 melee damage there. Getting Maul Saber out early is great for some early large swings, and this one's definitely going a little bit better for him. With the damage spread evenly amongst his auxiliary characters and Seventh Sister currently untouched, and there goes Motorcycle Man. Or some other vehicle. Probably not a motorcycle. Using Nightstister's ability to roll a Seventh Sister die, doing it again with Maul Saber, and pulling out 6 damage, and Tarkin is down for the count. That was quick. Good use of the power action on Maul Saber. Great versatility that he's shown with this particular build of this deck. And now we go and find out if a single Seventh Sister can face off here. Seventh Sister, which now has an ancient lightsaber. Go ahead and that probe got rid of Joe B's hand, or at least half of it there. Choosing not to pay for the chance cube and rolling in. Was that enough die? 1, 2. Oh, yes, the secret droid die. That's plenty of die. Plenty of the correct die. Rolling in didn't quite hit damage at all. But we shall see what happens. Nightstister rolling in a blank on the right. Joe B choosing to discard to re-roll, choosing which die. All the ones but the shield. Definitely keeping that shield in hopes to prevent Maul Saber from utilizing his power action. And Maul Saber sitting in a modified 4 with no black sticks to resolve it with. Joe will discard to re-roll, trying to get at least one regular melee side, and there it is on the 7th Sister. We also have a Secret Droid with a focus. That's a 1 focus. Also got 5 damage. Joe B is got that Force Illusion to protect his 7th Sister for the long haul. And he gets that shield on her so that Maul Saber cannot roll in again. Except that we'll leadership it in, so that's fine. We'll just do that. That's cool.
Give a shield to Nightstister. Flame. It was how much damage you can deal into this turn. No, I was going to ask that power action. You can't. Not if I have. Oh, you have it. Flame.
Oh. Joe always going for those resources steadily throughout the game, knowing at some point he's most likely going to draw into a Rise Again, which will... we go ahead and use the Force Illusion to block the 2. It's a choice. Joe B starting the turn, getting Ancient Saber out. That'll, at some point, give 7th Sister back 2 health. Next 7th Sister, rolling in. Wow, there's another 4 modified on the Maul Saber. I think this Maul Saber just wants this game over quickly, so we can try again.
Can you give me a chance? What, 36?
It has been +4 like crazy. Oh my goodness. Oh, look, let's just roll in a +3 with the power action.
I'm just going to be annoying for the next 3 plays. Pass.
Joe's got plenty of helpful cards in his hand to pull off what he needs to this game, and will most likely go to a game 3 here. Just depends on We'll see. All right. Discard to reroll, and we did not get anything to resolve that with, so he's going to try again. That's all he needs. All he needs is none of those. He doesn't need any of those. Discard to reroll again. Did not do it.
There's just no way I can win this game. I don't know why I'm just putting you through this. It's okay. I'm not. I can't. I can't do that. I'm screwed. You're gonna get it. I'm just. That's it. You have game.
All right. So Joe B essentially concedes. He doesn't feel like there's any way for him to get out of this one, knowing that eventually Joe C is going to roll into some sort of damage that's going to allow him to win. So we're going to go ahead and reset for Game 3 of this best-of-3 match between Joe B and Joe C. Thank you to everyone who has followed us today. We've seen a lot of new followers to the channel. We really appreciate it. And for those who have subscribed, we really appreciate the support. It really helps us continue this kind of coverage going forward. You can keep your eye on this channel. We do our podcast stream every Tuesday night live at 9 p.m. Eastern. Same podcast that is rebroadcast through iTunes and Stitcher and YouTube and all those things. And we also will be live streaming the Galactic Qualifier at KublaCon, as well as live streaming the Nova Open. So if you're at either of those two events, come check us out. There will be more of the Chance Cube family there than just myself. Sorry you were stuck with me in my commentary for today, but I do appreciate you guys hanging in there. I know you're here for the gameplay and not for me. So you just have to put your TV on mute. That's all you have to do. You don't have to hear me ramble. All right. So we're looking at ladies and gentlemen, I'll be right back. I'm going to go check on the other game and see how that's going.
Starting on mine, sure. Yes, we need to. We can play a hyperspace text game. Hey, he's ready to go. It's a long day. Cool. Me doesn't matter. So the 200 people that are watching. All those two. That's right. Those 200. Those 200. Don't they want to see the brainlessness of civilians? Just never roll up. What rolls threes? What rolls the 3 first? 4's better than 3's. Yeah, well, he's a base set. 4-7. What is it? How much? 30? Let's resolve. Spotted wood. That's pretty good, though. I'm gonna doubt this too.
Thank you, Mike Hill. I do appreciate that. Always like the vote of confidence. Again, thanks everybody hanging out with us today. Followers, subscribers, you guys are great. We really appreciate the support. Anybody who is listening to my voice, you can get 12% off Inked Gaming with the promo code ChanceCube12. And you hear that car alarm in the background. That's awesome as well. There is quite... Wow, that car alarm is going mute. There is definitely a lot of dice on the field here, but we're going to get some damage out here on... Tarkin's going to throw 4. Tarkin and eSeventh are going to throw 4 damage out there. I'm going to try to get rid of the Nightstister early this game, it seems. Get rid of the Nightstister, then Price of Failure becomes an option, but not a good one. Not the ideal circumstance for the Price of Failure, the way Joe C. has been playing it today. And also crippling Nightstister's abilities there. Good. I can bring that microphone back because the alarm has stopped sounding. Thank you, DJ Big Russ. Your comments are amusing. Trust Your Instinct. Definitely a great card to... If you're going to pitch to reroll, might as well draw a card while you're at it, especially if you're searching for those cards in your deck that can win you the game. Just a little bit of damage showing on the table. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 total, if you want to go at it. That's enough to get rid of Seventh Sister. And there she goes. Oh, nope. What? We're just doing the 6. We're leaving the probe droids out. Or secret droids out, which most likely means that Joe C is sitting on it. Oh, nope, just kidding. Oh, yeah. What's he doing? Oh, yes, he wanted to try to get some more action on Maul Saber. Maul Saber being able to roll some serious melee damage almost every time it rolls out. It's got a 2 in 3 chance of rolling some melee of some kind, most of which are pretty good. And that was enough to get rid of Seventh Sister, and it was very efficient with the damage distribution. And now Tarkin is sitting out all alone out here. All alone out here. My wife has told me to stop singing, so I'll stop singing.
This is game 3. I know I lost. I'm just gonna...
Too much damage. That's the answer to that question. Too much damage was done in 1 round.
Judge time? It's a joke. There's not enough time. I can't do this.
All right. Force Illusion goes down. We're going to try and keep Tarkin alive just a little longer. Wow. I mean, Tarkin with some force abilities.
I got a character, guys.
Maybe. Oh. Price of Failure is coming down. Of course, we expected that the way he was playing around his probe droids there. Tarkin rolling out some foci. Focuses? What's the plural of focus? Sorry, I'm getting punchy. It's the top 4. Lightsaber pull. Let's pull some lightsabers. Ancient Saber. Yep. As to be expected here.
Tarkin's last bit of 4 damage.
Tarkin doing 4 indirect with his power action. Ancient Saber coming down. Let's get a resource. We're going to do 2 damage. He's going to force illusion 2 damage. So now there's 5 damage left to be had. Roll in the Ancient Saber. There we go. And roll in a Secret Droid. Are we rolling? We're going to leadership. We're going to balance ambition. Are we going to enrage?
I was so close.
Oh.
I want Judge. I didn't win.
Joe's got 4 damage showing. Joe B has claimed, and there is good game. Honestly sarcastic, taking the win here in the top 4 of the Highlander Games Star Wars Destiny Regional Championship. Again, thanks to all the followers and subscribers. Really appreciate your support of this stream here. Plenty of streams coming at you from the Chance Cube. We live stream a podcast every Tuesday night. We've got the Nova Open, the National Championship stream coming late August. We've got the Kubla Khan Galactic Qualifiers coming at the end of May. So continue to follow. We'll bring all this to you, and you won't have to deal with me every time, I promise. Super promise. Anybody else who out there, if you want a deal, we got one. Inked Gaming, you can use promo code ChanceCube12 for 12% off your order. Yep, flat 12% off your entire order at Inked Gaming. They got some great playmats themed around Destiny, or just in general, some great artwork you can go check out. Or you can upload your own and get your own custom playmat. You can do all those fun things. You can we can go back to the main gaming window and see Joe watching the stream on his phone. We can have a multiple delayed stream here. His stream, which is delayed 30 seconds. We're watching it 30 seconds, and you're now watching it 30 seconds later. Quite the mind trip. So we'll be back with the final game, we hope, very soon.